Saban and the LSU Tigers won it in '04. Pete Carroll and the Trojans in '05. And, of course, last year, the great finish directed by Vince Young for the Texas Longhorns, who will win the BCS National Championship this year. So far, it's all Gators.
Ohio State defense right now, it's a big stop. If they could come out of this after not making that 4th down call, come out of here with a field goal.
A field goal would be huge. And for Florida, it'd be a huge disappointment after that big defensive stand and not converting that into 6 points. It's all up to the Ohio State defense now.
That's Harvin in motion. Leak pump fake. And the throw is too tall for Dallas Payton. So 4th down. Does Urban Meyer change his thinking and go here on 4th down? We call it 4th and 4.
I go ahead and kick the ball. The kid has already made one. He's got his confidence up. Now's the time to go ahead and give him a shot. You're already up 10.
If he would have missed that last field goal,
he's going for it.
He's probably going for it.
No problem. He's going for it. He was going to give him one chance early, and if he didn't like what he saw, he was changing his thinking.
Hedlund, a season-best 42-yarder a moment ago. This one from 40 on the nose. Good snap, good hold, and a great kick again by Hedlund. How about that? So Hedlund has half the number of field goals in his BCS National Championship game tonight through 2 quarters. A little better than 2 minutes than he had all year long.
You know, Urban said it's not like he's shanking the ball. He's hitting the ball well. It's just not going through.
Yeah, he said he was just missing by, just by a little bit. He said it's like a golfer. If you're stinging the ball, that's one thing. As you know, I can live with that because I know we can work that out. But if you're shanking it and hooking it and doing all that, that wasn't so good. But Chris Hedlund has been stinging the ball. Thus, he kept giving him opportunities. And tonight, 2 for 2 and giving his team a real lift.
Ohio State has all 3 timeouts remaining. 1:53 on the clock. And the Buckeyes are still without their #1 threat on offense, Ted Ginn Jr.
You know, if you go back before this game started as the kickoff begins, I was trying to finish it after this kickoff.
Maurice Wells will take a knee, and Ohio State will start the drive from the 20.
You know, as I was saying, guys, before this game started, how much did we hear about strength versus speed, and was that a myth, and was that real, was that right? Big Ten strength, SEC speed. Well, both teams wanted to prove the opposite. Ohio State wanted to tell the world, hey, we can run with anyone. Ted Ginn Jr.'s injury has hurt that a little bit. Florida wanted to tell everyone, we're as physical as anyone. Tonight, Florida's been more physical than Ohio State to this point.
3rd straight Ohio State possession to start from their own 20. And they're going to come out throwing as Smith is caught from behind. The ball is loose. Harvey has it. Florida ball at the 5. Jarvis Moss stripped it, and Derek Harvey picked it up.
Have these defensive ends been blocked yet? Look over here and over here. Here they come. Have they been blocked really well all night? I would say not really. Look at that. Jarvis Moss strips it. Derek Harvey picks it up. Florida is in business. And do you come with the hammer right now, Coach? Do you bring Tebow in and pound right at him? I say yes.
He's in.
I'm coming with the big guy and running right at him right now while they're a little unsettled.
Florida still has 1 timeout left.
Clock under 1:15. Tebow will run it up the gut. And he's down to the 2-yard line. The clock continues to run. Coach mentioned 1 timeout remaining.
Plenty of time, though, in the position they're in. They don't have to go crazy in terms of their hurry-up. They want to move it, but they still have time. What do you think, Coach? Right back at them?
Do it again, and then you've got your timeout to burn to get a good look on 3rd down.
What a night Derek Harvey's having, huh?
What a night the Gators are having. Trying to add to this 13-point lead. And no. Down to the 1. That'll bring up 3rd and goal for the Gators. Clock under 30. 1 timeout left, and they will spend it now.
As I watch Tim Tebow, I'm reminded of what a couple of SEC head coaches told me prior to this game. Without Deshaun Wynn in the ball game, and you know, when he's been dinged so much this year, Tim Tebow is their only north-south runner.
Our spectacular aerial coverage of tonight's Tostitos National Championship game is brought to you by Budweiser Select. And what an opening half it has been for the Florida Gators. Once beaten by Auburn in the Southeastern Conference, went on to defeat Arkansas in the SEC championship game. Ohio State undefeated. Key victories this year at Texas and the season finale over Michigan. But Troy Smith and the Buckeyes are down by 13. And they're hoping that's where it will stay when we reach the intermission.
It appeared that Ohio State had weathered the storm to a good extent by only giving up a field goal. Then they turned right back around, and now it can be an extra touchdown tacked on after Jim Tressel's decision to go for it on 4th down deep in his own territory.
Critical stop again. If they can stop them right here, you're probably going to get a field goal unless they call 2 times. They may have called 2 plays in the huddle.
Coach, he has run pass option available to him with Tebow.
Tebow.
There it is.
Touchdown throw to Andre Caldwell. State allowed 10 points per game this season. After the point-after attempt by Hedlund, the Gators are about to fire up a 34 spot on the Buckeyes. And that's what it is. Now, honestly, anybody watching out there, even the most hardcore Gator fans, did you see this coming?
Not to this extent. The consensus and the run pass option pays off with a touchdown to Caldwell. Able to get outside. He really had a couple of targets. Had Cornelius, number 6, in the back of the end zone. Also available. Why was it so open? Because of the running ability of Tim Tebow. All he's done is run the ball straight ahead tonight. This time, 2 jab steps forward and then flattens out and throws it out. Throws it out to the wing for a touchdown. Malcolm Jenkins, number 2. Jamario O'Neal talking about what the coverage was supposed to have been. No one had the receiver on that play.
There's been confusion all night for the Buckeyes on defense. Florida has scored on 6 of its 7 possessions. They're talking about a Gator team that averages 28 points a game. They have 6 more than that right now.
Tom, as you mentioned, the consensus coming in was that if this game came down to Florida would win a tight one, Ohio State would win one with this type of a score. Many people question whether Florida could score enough points to win this game based on the offense we've seen all year.
This is Hall to bring it back across the 29 to the 30. Coming up on the blockbuster Total Access halftime, it'll be Chris Rose, Emmitt Smith, and Eddie George with all the first half highlights. We'll hear from both bands, plus a special presentation from Habitat for Humanity.
You know what's interesting to me right now is that Jim Tressel went for it on 4th and short in his own territory. Here, he might just take a knee and just get the heck out of here and end the half. Real juxtaposition, going from gambling to being conservative if he does that.
But they're just going to hand it off to Antonio Pittman. He'll pick up 10, and that will be the final play in what has been. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. We have a flag on the field. And the officials telling everybody not so fast.
Reggie Lewis, the Florida defensive back, indicating that the penalty should go against Ohio State, but that's normal, isn't it? Everyone points the finger at the other guy.
It's never me.
personal foul on the defense, number 22. Penalty is 15 yards from the end of the run. First down.
See, and he was locked up with Brian Robisky blocking on the perimeter. Reggie Lewis was telling his coaches kind of like, he got me first. Well, that doesn't matter much. They caught him for the penalty.
And Ohio State's going to call a timeout. The ball is being placed at the Florida 45. Do you just throw a Hail Mary here?
Now you take a shot. That 15 yards allows you to get one, just throw it down the field, a Hail Mary, possible interference.
And this is why guys such as yourself, Coach, go bonkers when those types of penalties occur.
Foolish
Half should have been over. Should have been over. Should have been in the locker room right now. Now they get another shot. You throw it up, you get a defensive penalty. Your play stays alive. Or they get a tip, and they get some momentum going in.
Well, you give them a chance when you should be in the locker room.
Look at that. 61 total yards. Fewest in the first half this year for Ohio State.
It's interesting to note that is the 4th personal foul penalty we have had in this game. The other 3 have directly led to touchdowns so far tonight.
Is that a precursor, Tom?
We'll find out. And, of course, the gang is standing by. Chris, Eddie, Emmett, and the coach, Jimmy Johnson.
The only one sitting on that set that will say that he saw it coming will be Emmitt Smith.
How about this defense, Florida?
Just spectacular. And I just think they've been so physical in the first half. They've really proved the point in the first 30 minutes thus far.
Florida with 5 defenders inside the 10-yard line. Smith going to step up and let it fly to the corner of the end zone. Incomplete. And what a first half for the number 2 Florida Gators. Their only national championship was under Steve Spurrier in 1996. And with 30 minutes to go in this one, they have a 20-point lead. Let's go downstairs.
Local news starting at 5 a.m. tomorrow on the Morning News.
Congratulations. 4 people have just won $1 million in the Carolina Millionaire Raffle. Winning tickets were sold in Georgetown, for Cherokee, and Greenville counties. 762 people won a total of $1.5 million. To see if you're a winner, log on to fceducationlottery.com or visit a local retailer. We're proud to report that during our 5th anniversary, we anticipate having transferred a total of $1.46 billion to support education in South Carolina.
Recently, Car and Driver held a head-to-head comparison. 600 car enthusiasts were asked to compare 3 cars in performance, handling, and styling. So who won? Camry? Accord? Actually, the all-wheel drive Ford Fusion came in first. Check it out yourself. Visit a Ford dealer or go to FusionChallenge.com. Now just sign and drive off with 0 down, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing. Lease a Ford Fusion for only $249 a month. Take the Fusion Challenge today.
Guess what, Chad? We hooked it up so our customers talk to 5 friends on any network for free. Wow, that's pretty good. Oh, good.
I see one better than 10 people running the network for free.
Okay, I get it.
Head-to-head jump at alltelcircle.com.
Huge discounts on all in-stock 06 Corvettes. Kevin Whitaker on Pleasantburg Drive and Lawrence Road.
Welcome to the blockbuster Total Access Halftime Show on Fox.
Once again, joined by Emmett Smith, Eddie George, Jimmy Johnson, and Emmett. Have you noticed that Eddie George very quiet throughout that first half?
Yeah, Eddie has been very quiet. He has a reason to, because Ohio State
has struggled this whole first half. There is the second half, but it's not looking too good for the Ohio State Buckeyes right now.
Well, one reason it's not looking good, what was Jim Tressel doing there toward the end of the second quarter, going for it on fourth down at his own 29, Jimmy?
Yeah, this Ohio State team's in shock right now. They had only one meaningful game last year. That was against Michigan, and they have given up 73 points the last 6 quarters. Going for it on fourth down, your own 29, that's panic to me.
Yeah. It reminds me of a play that we ran up in Philadelphia. Not with me coaching Not with me coaching.
Hey, guys, you know, the first half has been more like a track meet than a football game. It started about a half hour before kickoff. Both teams having a meeting of the mind at midfield. It didn't get quite ugly until kickoff. Then Tidkin Jr. took over. 93 yards. It's his 8th return for a touchdown. But Ginn, what'd you say? Holding. Oh,
they missed the holding call.
You're winning by 20, and you're still complaining. Ginn played very little in the first half because of a bum ankle, but Chris Leak definitely. Oh, look at Eddie George all bumped up. That's about all he had to be excited about. Here, Leak, beautiful cut pass to Dallas Baker. They come back and score on their first drive and tie it at 7. Then they get creative. They were doing it all first half. Percy Harvin, the freshman, mixing it up and giving the Gators the 7-point lead. Then Deshaun Wynn, the team's leading rusher, plowing in from 2 yards out. It's 21-7 Florida. Ohio State did come back. Little used Antonio Pittman in the first half, breaking it off for 18 yards, and the Buckeyes are back within 7. But Troy Smith, just 2 of 8 for 24 yards in the first half. He's been sacked 3 times. Here he gets stripped by Jarvis Moss, one of 2 Buckeyes turnovers. Gators are then going to take it in from there. It's the freshman Tim Tebow not running it, but passing it to Andre Caldwell. They lead him 34-14 at the break. And Chris Leak, one huge reason why, Jimmy, because he is keeping the chains moving.
Yeah, Ohio State came into this game wanting to pressure Chris Leak. The only thing, Urban Meyer did a great job. He put him in the shotgun. He threw the underneath patterns. And with the 4-man rush, they couldn't get to Leak. He got free of the ball too quickly. Now, they converted on 5 third down conversions. And the first time that Ohio State was able to stop him was when they went to the 3-man rush late in the second quarter.
What else Chris Leak has shown, Coach, has been the ability to show poise. He's been very poised throughout this whole first half. He's showing the poise that we normally would see from Troy Smith. Troy Smith is the guy that looks like he's panicking right now and maybe feeling a little bit of the Heisman pressure. But I know about the Heisman pressure, but it's probably the pressure from that front 4 of being in Florida. They produced 3 sacks. They've caused him to move his feet in the pocket, feeling unsettled. And it looks as if Troy is a step behind. It looks like that layoff is having his effect on him. And I believe that right now, Florida has the momentum, they have the emotion. Being on the Ohio State sideline, I don't see any signs of life.
All right, guys.
Florida has all of it right now.
Put your coaching cap on right now for the second half of here. Jim Tressel, what do you do, Jimmy?
And we talked about it in the pregame show. If you're down, you're not out. There's a lot of talent on this Ohio State team. They can come back. But you've got to stop turning the ball over. You got to get back to running the football and running your offense. You got to quit taking all the panic chances and going on fourth down. So they can come back, but they've got to get back the way they know how to play.
Well, when I look at the keys for the second half, first of all, Jim Tressel got to figure out a way to bring his team back and rally his troops. Because going for it on 4th and 1 did not help. So I'm interested to see what kind of speech he gave these guys at halftime. Secondly, Gators got to continue to do what they've done in the first half. Stop the run, continue to get turnovers, and do a better job at special team play. Well, they've done an outstanding job in every area, in every facet of the game. When I look at Ohio State, for them to come back, they're going to have to settle down, establish the running game. Don't worry about the score at this point in time. It's irrelevant. What happened in the first half, happened in the first half. You got to continue to move on. Troy Smith has to settle down, make his plays, make it one play at a time. I know it's a cliche, but really, it's one play at a time.
Eddie, you might have to get used to that Gator chomp. You might be doing it come post game.
They're doing a great job. They're doing a great job.
I like that.
They're doing a great job.
You've been working on that?
Great
That's
job.
nice. Hey, only twice during their 19-game winning streak has Ohio State actually trailed at the break. Right now, Florida leading #1 Ohio State 34-14. Who's going to get their hands on the BCS Coaches Trophy presented by Correct TV? We're going to find out. And if you want to download any of the BCS Bowl Bash games, including the Game of the Century, the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, log on to foxsports.com on MSN, keyword Bowl Bash.
It's not just a jersey. It's a symbol of who we are. A community of coaches, student athletes, and fans. bound together by a code of conduct.
Winter weather is back across western North Carolina in the form of snow. Winter storm watch through tomorrow night for the counties that border eastern Tennessee. Significant snow accumulation likely. In fact, travel is going to be pretty tough in spots, especially tomorrow night into early Wednesday morning. 2 to 5 inches, 3,000 feet and higher, 1 to 2 in some of the lower valleys. Meteorologist Melissa Jones tomorrow morning 5 to 9 with the latest forecast.
I was an offensive lineman for 4 years. I no longer wear pads, but I still carry a lot of weight on my shoulders.
There are over 380,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of them will be going pro in something other than sports.
We welcome you back to Glendale, Arizona for the Blockbuster Total Access Halftime Show. And what a first half for the #2 SEC champion Florida Gators. A 34-14 lead over unbeaten and #1 Ohio State. We now listen in on the pride of the sunshine, the Florida Marching Band under the direction of John Watkins. Listen and enjoy.
series on television is 24. Our cities have been targeted by a series of terror attacks. Now, don't miss your chance to be there from the very beginning. I don't know how to do this anymore. When the Emmy-winning Best Drama returns for a brand new day. Mr. President, I understand what's expected of me. Don't even think about it. 24, the two-night premiere event begins Sunday at 8/7 Central on Fox. In 2 weeks, television's runaway hit is back. Today's the day we stop running. Enemies become allies. I have a bullseye on my chest just like you do. The hunters become the hunted. Kill them all now. And a series known for unexpected twists delivers the biggest one of all. This is Michael Schofield, and I want to turn myself in. All new Prison Break, 2 weeks from tonight on Fox.
Again, we welcome you back.
Good evening. The man accused.
Halftime show. The Ohio State Marching Band, the pride of the Buckeyes, the best damn band in the land, and their band director, Dr. John Woods.
200 named to academic honor roll. 17 named first team academic All-American. 12 universities. One mission. The Southeastern Conference, equipping tomorrow's leaders today.
Good evening. The man accused of murdering a Clemson University student appears in court.
Jerry Buck Inman is accused of strangling Tiffany Sowers in her off-campus apartment last May. Today, a judge ordered Inman to give investigators fingerprints and a DNA sample. If convicted, he could face the death penalty.
A Spartanburg man is sentenced to 40 years in prison for murder. Brian Wilson says he beat his girlfriend with a golf club while she slept, then strangled her back in July of 2005. Wilson is not eligible for parole.
Thanks for joining us. We'll take you back to the BCS National Championship game. Enjoy.
You've been waiting for this all year. Our season's best savings on many of your favorite Toyotas. It's Toyotathon, and it's only at your Toyota dealer. Discover the XSP Sport Package, available on some of our most popular vehicles. Now with available cash back in the Sport Package discount, get $3,100 in total savings on a new 2007 Toyota 4Runner, or $2,500 in total savings on the 06 Toyota Tacoma. Toyotathon ends soon. Hurry, time is running out.
That's $11,000.
Did you take
$9,000?
$20 for the hovercraft. Cash.
And that's when it hit me. Everyone likes my stuff, but they want a bargain. So I created the big deal. It's a cheeseburger, fries, a taco, and 20-ounce drink for just $2.99.
I'll give you $12 for the pony.
You won the Derby!
Now when you bundle new services with Bell South, you get up to $300 cash back, which can have quite an effect on people.
There is nothing quite as wonderful as money.
There is nothing quite as beautiful as cash.
It doesn't take a scholar to know the value of a dollar. With money you can make a splash.
There is nothing quite as wonderful as money.
Bundle services and get up to $300 cash back. Call today.